Hi birdies! Welcome back to the Sunny Virgo. So today we're going to be talking about Sagittarians, my Sagittarius-Capricorn Cusp, the Cusp of Prophecy, and it's going to be about your struggles, your traits, how you deal with relationships, and how you can balance both of these energies. So how do you know if this video is for you? Well, if you're born between the 18th and the 24th of December, you're in the right place. You're a Sagittarius-Capricorn Cusp, and we're gonna talk about you. So before we get into the actual video, there is a link in the description box below that I really love to put some attention towards, which is for a cusp survey. So my work here is to really dive deeper into cusps and help you out in the best way that I can. And I can, well, I not only do that this way, but I feel like I can get a lot more information from real people, from real cusps. So if you have a couple of minutes, I would really appreciate it if you go check it out and fill that survey out. And now with that being said, let's get into your traits. So one thing for you to keep in mind is that you're more than this cusp. You still have a sun sign, you still have a whole birth chart to take a look at, and that is something that I mentioned a little bit more in depth in the first video that I made about cusps overall. I also share some tips for you to gain some more self-awareness and everything, so definitely go check it out. It's going to be the little card above me. But let's get into the details. So you are ruled by Jupiter and by Saturn. So Jupiter, the planet of expansion, the planet of good luck, and Saturn, the planet of rules and structure, also lessons, but also determination. And so this is a really good combination for success because you have inspired ideas with that Saggy side, you know, the passionate side. You have inspired ideas that can have a lot of growth and can expand into huge ways, and you have the determination and discipline of a Capricorn, which is like Capricorns are the boss level kind of vibe. And I feel like with that energy, both of those energies, you are meant for success. You know exactly what you have to do to make your goals happen, and no one can stop you. You can get anywhere if you really work for it. And I feel like you do, because sometimes with a Capricorn sign, you can get a little bit into a workaholism because, you know, Capricorns are really, really hardworking, and then you have the intensity and the passion, especially if you're working on something you're passionate about. You have that passion that is the fuel for everything. And so you're really, really hardworking, really brave, and no wonders you're an amazing leader because you see things clearly and you go get them. And actually, that thing of the workaholism, it only happens, I feel, if the Capricorn side is a little bit out of balance, because that earthy sense of the Capricorn, it's really good with organization and planning stuff and everything. So I feel like if you incorporate that with the passion, then you can actually have a really good solid plan for you to follow through. And also schedule, especially if you're like a freelancer or an independent worker, you have your business. I feel like schedules are also really good for you because it helps you keep in shape and it helps you really set goals and like, today I'm gonna achieve this, and you do, you know, and that way you can find a little bit more balance. You're a great problem solver as well, and that is one of the things that your friends love the most about you. So getting into relationships, be any type of relationship, friends, family, your cat, romantic relationships, whatever it is, you're super loyal. With that Capricorn sign, no wonders. You're super loyal and you're caring, you love to help, and people usually tend to go towards you when they have an issue because they know that you're going to be able to see things clearly and you're going to help them find a way out. You're great at giving advice because especially with that Saturn energy of the lessons, you have already learned so much and you have already gone through so much that you're able to teach people, and people see you as wise and enlightened because you've been through those things. So you have an experience that others don't. And even when, especially if you're a teacher, Sagittarius Capricorns could be amazing teachers. I feel like your students really admire you, and sometimes we teach others without even realizing it, so it's not just about students, but I really feel like people overall admire you a lot. One thing that you could sin a little bit is that you sometimes can be a little bit out of touch. You're the type of cusp that if you're working on a big project that you're proud of, that you're really excited about, you're not gonna leave the office, you're not gonna leave your house in like 3 months until it's done, you know? And that can sometimes influence your relationships and make people wonder, like, do you still care about me? Am I still important for you? Because you're independent and everything, and that is okay, but you're also very social. I mean, you're a human being. Human beings are made to socialize. So it's just like, don't forget about life, don't forget about people, don't forget about food as well. Don't forget to take care of yourself. You can still have your little space, but maybe just maybe, you can go out and have fun from time to time. Now, let's get into your struggles, and I'm going to give you some tips for you to deal with them. But one of the things that we already talked about was actually the workaholism. So it's important that you don't forget about yourself, because sometimes you're really focused on that and you forget about your body. You forget to eat, you forget to move, you forget to just take care of yourself. So it's important that you do that. And one of the things that we already talked about was like creating a plan, creating a schedule, creating a list of goals. You can even put like deadlines, but don't be too hard on you, because you can be a little bit hard on yourself, also on others, but that is another topic. But really be gentle with yourself and create realistic goals. Okay, so it's like, okay, so this week I'm going to create some time to play. All right, I'm creating some time to rest, but this and this and this is what we're gonna do. And you can even do this on a daily basis. Me personally, I prefer doing it on a weekly basis, but you can do this on a daily basis and really go one thing at a time, create space for you to also rest. You can even do, I feel like Pomodoro, I believe that's how it's called, that studying technique with time could actually help you in work, because it helps you remember to drink water. It helps you remember to go to the bathroom and to eat. Okay, so that is one thing for you to keep in mind. Another thing is that whole situation about other people. So you can sometimes be a little bit harder on others, and it's important that you create a little room for acceptance. Be gentle with them, because not everyone is as focused or energetic or sort of like ambition driven like you are, right? And so it's just like create compassion, try to help them out. You know, if they are struggling a little bit with procrastination or with just being pure lazy, then, you know, kind of smack them a little bit, but gently, and try to give them help, try to give them techniques of, hey, you can do this, you can do that, why don't you try and plan things out this way, you know? And also motivate them. I feel like because you're an amazing teacher, I feel like you can also motivate people really, really nicely, so go for it. It's also important to mention that nobody's perfect, and I feel like you have this thing with the organization skills and everything. You may have this thing of, I want things in my certain place, you know, I want things to be this way. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay for things to move a little bit. It's okay for a little bit of imperfection. And I actually feel like you could thrive a lot on imperfection because of that Saturn energy of learning the lessons, of making the mistakes so you can gain experience. So I even feel like you would be the type of person that you would kind of just be like messing around and everything, and you actually find something really amazing from it, you know? Billie Eilish is actually part of this cusp, and so I almost wonder if sometimes her best songs come from her just playing around with her brother and everything, and they're like, oh, you know what, this is actually pretty cool, let's make a song out of this, and it's like a hit, you know? So I feel like you could have a little bit of that, so don't be afraid to make mistakes and to dive deep into your mistakes. Now let's get into this final section, which I like to call in your neighbor, which is you have two freaking energies, conflicting energies, and sometimes they can go a little bit cuckoo, and it's important that you're like, all right, honey, you're going a little bit nuts. Let me grab the other energy to help balance things out, okay? So how do you do this? Sag, for example, it's really, really fast energy, and sometimes you may get a lot of ideas, a lot of things coming to your mind, and oh my God, I could do that this way, but I could do that and this way. Call in the Capricorn, call in the discipline, right? And make that freaking plan, okay? It's not even just about plan, it's about putting those ideas down. Whenever you feel like you're running around the room looking like Einstein because you just have so many things going on, journal a little bit and really create a space for you to have like a bunch of ideas. Just create a whole notebook for your ideas, and don't just throw them away, because sometimes we kind of throw ideas away because, oh, you know, I thought that this would be a good idea, but it's not anymore. It may not make sense to you now, but it may actually make sense for you in the future. So I feel like it would be really good if we were to keep like a little notebook, doesn't have to be too big, but a little notebook where you just point things down, because I feel like that will really help you. It's really important that you let Capricorn kind of handle the situation when it comes to that beginning stage. However, Capricorn can sin in the sense that it's going to stay in that planning stage forever and that work stage forever. And again, take care of your body, right? So I feel like this Sag, it's important that you can even schedule. To make the Capricorn happy, you can even schedule a day night. It's like Friday night from 9 to midnight. We are going to go out, you know, we are going to go to that restaurant that we've always wanted to go. We are going to call our best friend and we're going to like rave, I don't know, but really have fun, because I feel like that's also important to feed that creativity and to feed that fuel and to create balance in your life. And actually, you're very independent, so sometimes I feel like you may have a little bit of trouble asking for help, but when you connect, especially with like more creative people, they can actually help you out with branching those ideas, with developing them and expanding them. If you deal with someone more earthy or something, you can actually ask them for help in terms of like more serious, solid work, you know, and how to get there if you struggle with anything. So don't be afraid to ask for help, but mainly don't be afraid to connect with others, because especially when it comes to networking, you're great at it, and it could be very, very good. It could be a really great advantage for you. Now, let's talk about something to kind of feed both beasts at the same time and make sure that they are both okay and they are both balanced. One thing for you to do this, we actually already mentioned it, which is scheduling playtime. This could be something as simple as a Sunday walk in nature, or in your routines, creating a space for you to just have fun and move your body. So maybe yoga every single morning, or I'm gonna go to yoga class every single Tuesday morning, you know, and create a little space for that. You can also bring people along and create something around discipline. So you know what? Let's all go to the beach on Sunday afternoon to kind of help up with the mess that the beach is, you know, and help clean up stuff. That could actually be really fun. Also, when you're cleaning, put some music on and dance, you know, in the kitchen, cook a recipe. A new recipe, you know, you have the new exciting stuff for the Sag, but you also have the recipe where you have to follow each step. And if it ends up being a mess, at least you were able to learn from the mistakes, Saturn, and you had fun and you grew, Jupiter. So this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped. I hope it gave you some little tips for you to incorporate in your life. Don't forget about that cusp survey, because that way I'm actually able to give even more accurate information and even better tips. So definitely go check it out. I really appreciate it. If you want readings specifically for your cusp, this is the place to be, my honey, because we have readings here every single, well, for you, it's kind of every single 2 weeks. So yeah, twice a month you have readings for you. You also have your individual signs readings. So this is a place to be. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And if you're interested in a private reading, the link is also going to be down below. All you have to do is tell me that you're a cusp, and I may actually help you out in understanding which side is a little bit crazy at this moment, okay? So don't forget to smash the like button and to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Fuck you. Oh my god. A little bit. And with the really try to record this during Mercury retrograde. Not the best idea.